Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I got another interesting video. Hopefully I can do the repair and then show you. This is my personal car. This is a 2016 X6M. Customer complaint, my complaint, left blinker not working, and I'm going to show you on the instrument cluster only. The rest is actually working. I think I can do everything from the vehicle. So I'm going to get in the car. I have already kind of like pulled the cluster off. All you need to do is pull these two tabs down and then the cluster comes off or comes out. Let me turn the ignition on. Make sure I'm not consuming too much power. I'm going to turn the rest off. But so if I put the right blinker, you can see it working in there and outside too. If I put the left side, you can hear the sound and all the lights work, but nothing in here. I put the hazards. Let me use the hazard button here. Same thing, the left side doesn't work. Kind of like trying there, huh? I just saw that too for a second. Trying to work in there. I just saw that. My me moving it in here. Yep, it is kind of like probably commonly solder or something. So the other check you can do, and all you do is the ignition on. You hold this button on here on. Keep it pressed. You see it's now showing the resets possible for oil and stuff like that. Now when you get to that, you let me see. Yeah, you press it one more time to go to system test, hold it, and release it. Start system test, you hold it back again, and let it go. Now, I have to do it again. Okay, and then hold it. Why is that? Oh, maybe it's not hold it, it's just click. So hold it one time, and then click. Yep. See, it's now working halfway. I'm glad that it is crushing that. And now it's working. You see, now it's not working. So something is losing there. I'm going to check see if it's a connection or if it's actually something internally in the cluster itself, which I thought at first because it was completely dead that was the issue. Looking at what I can do now, we just see it's not working. Probably it's either if it's an LED, then the LED is coming off of the board, or we have a problem with the bulb. So we will find out pretty shortly. So let me stop the video, get this out of here, and I'll take you guys over the lab. I want to show you now that the actual instrument cluster is off. You got a little fascia that you have to remove. It's just 4 clips, and that's like the cover of the instrument cluster. Then you have some sort of antenna that has a tab on the tab, and then this is the main connector, which is also fiber optics. I'm gonna check the connector in here, make sure there is no corrosion. I don't see any corrosion in there. Yeah, the nice thing about this connectors from BMW is that you can pull it off of the connector by just pulling this tab. Oops, sorry guys, I was talking and not showing. Pulling this tab in here, then you can pull the whole connector out if you want to see the cables. I mean, I will not suspect anything in here. This has never moved. Everything looks pretty nice and clean in here. I'm not too unhappy to remove this because my cluster has always had some little dust in here that has always bothered me. So I'm going to take it over the bench and clean it up in there. For this, I'm going to probably set up the other camera system and you guys have a better view of what I'm doing. All right, guys, this is going to be the follow-up of that short video that I recorded with my phone. I didn't want to take all the cameras and do that for the instrument cluster. But yeah, so this is the instrument cluster of my car. Again, it's a 2016. I'll make sure this is all on. It is on, yep. 2016 BMW X6M. Again, all you need to do is go through here. Hopefully you guys can see that from there. But yeah, all you need to do is go from here. You need 2 picks. This one actually this one actually works the best. They show in the BMW to use this kind of like very round. But so all you need to do, let me show this on the video. I'm going to do it with just the one pick. So these are the tabs, right? So all you need to do is come in here and get in this hole and then pull the tab down gently, and then both sides, right? Obviously, and then pull it out. There is a face cover here that you can just pull. It has 2 clips on each side. After do that, I already showed the connections in there, but I want to show it here. You got this one. You got to remove the push the clip down and then pull it, and then the other connector is pretty simple in here. Just be careful. You got fiber optic cables in here so you don't damage that. We saw in the video at first that when I was moving that, the actual light started to work and then didn't work. I show how to do the self-test. So let's see what we see. Let me turn this light on. That is going to make the video a lot better. Let me make sure that the camera, oops, sorry about that. Yeah, we're very good in there. Let me just move this a little bit to the left. Sorry for the last video quality. As far as that object too close to the camera, it tricked me down into keeping the focus into the other monitor. A rookie mistake, but you learn from mistakes, right? At least the content didn't get too affected by that. The end of the video, when I approached to it, it kind of worked out, so it wasn't so bad. All right, look like we got torch. They're all marked out with some sort of a color in there, which I really don't care. My cluster, not a problem. Either way, car has already over 78,000 miles, and it's not any cover. They want to replace the cluster. I couldn't find anything online about this at all, so I like to do new content like this. Not sure if I will be putting a long video. I will probably try to cut parts and do part 1 and part 2. I see that people like that most of the time the best. And things you want to do when you're working in instrument cluster. Well, I'm gonna get my watch out of the way, and you want to probably get yourself a pair of gloves. Try not to leave too many fingerprints on an instrument cluster. It gets really easy done. Either way, when you're working inside of any car, you should wear gloves, clean gloves. BMW actually gives us white gloves when you're working interior, so you don't make any marks. Usually also too, try to use as much as plastic tools when you're working on instrument clusters and so on. Not too comfortable of a shape to work with. I got plenty of them, so I'm gonna leave that one to stick in here. That one in there. And this one here. That will free up my hands, because we got plenty of them, right? So we can start pulling it out. I think that worked out very good. Again, since we don't know what we're dealing with, well, actually it's pretty easy. When you're working in things like this, it's always good to have a duster. You can use, I have 2 types. I got the hand pump. Or this duster. With this one you have to be a little gentle. because it has more pressure. And I have always brand new cleaning towels. You can buy this by bulk. I'm gonna be very happy now that I'm not gonna be seeing this dust in here. Was always driving me crazy. And now I see why. It's not really much of a seal. You know, you take the car over to the car wash, and I try to do a very good job. I take it over to Flagship right here in Herndon, Virginia, and they do a very good job. I cannot complain. Let me see, make sure I got no fingerprints. Outside, it's not really a problem. I like to do this always. It's kind of like when you clean something, it gets the static electricity, and it's a magnet for dust. Trying to get rid of thing in here, but it's electric static pull. When I try to get it into one corner, yeah, I can see that this is where the edges, where the dust gets in. The actual glass is open here. No, it's not. It's just an effect of the clear. The other thing that we can use here is this lens wipes. They dry up very quick. I use this for my glasses, and the liquid that this has on it, it dries super quick, and it stops the static electricity. And since it's a fluid in here, it will attach any dust you have. So. Either way, I will do this right before putting it back. Oh yeah, me like it. That's what you need to do. Now we can put this here and start working on this cluster. We can use this in here as well. Just gentle, right? Always very gentle. Try to use the less chemical possible on top of these surfaces. Now that looks really clean. Alright, we have, that's the reset button, and this will go here. So you just got to be careful with this. Let's put that here, and let's see how we can open this too, because I want to get access to the back. If I don't have to remove the needles, I will not. Okay, this one has a stop. This one does too. And this one has a stop. They all do have a stop, so it's not really that much of a problem if I have to remove them. But I will try not to. Looking at what we have here, we got, yeah, I don't think I'm going to need to do that. So let's just go over to this in here. And that's it. All right, so I'm going to put it, so we got to be careful with this corner because of this clip in here. I know that you guys are a little far probably. Remember, I got the other camera ready to go, and I'm going to start up pretty soon so we can put the board in there or the instrument cluster. But yeah, so we got 3 clips to push in there. That's it. Put that here. All right, so let me now turn this camera on as well. I'm going to move the instrument cluster here. That looks pretty nice. You guys are gonna have a perfect view of the repair, and then we can set up and recording. So the sync will be all right, guys. Looking here is so much stuff that's still coming in here. I have to think on how to hold these without removing the needles or here. Let me see this. So this goes, trying to make an idea of this. This just has a hole here. I wonder how that works. It has a switch inside. I cannot see like this. Let me put this back in here. To get, I'm always curious to learn. Yeah, I can feel the clicking of the switch. For that's the reset button and all that stuff we have. But I can see it has kind of like an arm that goes in that way as well. But I guess if I have to go there, I will not. Yeah, this is definitely a very sophisticated instrument cluster. Although, no, but not sure. We got, the stepper motors in here. Amazon order. Yeah, that's not important. And then more clips on the side. All right, let me do this here. Got screws. We got an LED. That's probably a screen. That will be a problem. If it is. Because I think the screen is only the lower bottom, and that's I can select and change like the trip, and it put miles per per gallons per mile or whatever mpg. Not the case for the upper part. Hopefully it's, like I said, it's an LED, but this is definitely going to be an intricate repair. It has 3 flex ribbons that can be removed. Yeah, you guys are in a very good look in there. This one's something. I don't want to put too much pressure in here. I do have pieces of foam that I always keep for the other clusters. I might be able to use that for that corner and the other edge. Although I have that nice rubber mat in here. It's a thermal mat, but yeah, that will work really good. That makes me feel more comfortable. Make sure that we are not in the needles, and we are not. Perfect. Yeah, that makes me feel a lot better. Now I feel that I can work with less of a worry. Let me get more light here without affecting the view of the video. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna have to get this upper board out. It has also a contact in there. It looks like a 2-point contact. Just want to get to those lights. Again, try to use, this is a newer one. I might gonna have to get that microscope for myself to see better. Yeah, I need to see how the actual lock does work before I do any damage on a very expensive instrument cluster. Yeah, because I can see now. So the black, is it black the lock? Yes. Okay. Alright, so I can see now. I can show you guys. I can probably get a little closer. I'm gonna hold the camera so it's not going to be shaking that much. Yeah, that's a lot better. There's still the camera right there. That's not so bad. Alright, so what I just did, I just lift this, and we can work either way. So it's just flips, and then you can lift because it has a lock in place thing. I forgot to mute the phone. Sorry about that. All right, let me just also check that out to not damage the ribbon. Because yeah, it looks like it has to be lift and then pull. I got it out on one side. I'll show you as soon as I got it. It's not so bad. All right, so as you can see, it has, yeah, you guys can see here, it has some locks in here. So it has to be like lift and then pull out of the way. Don't bend this too much. You remove it and just leave it alone. We're gonna do the same thing with these ones, but we're going to leave those in the bottom one. That's fine. You saw how easy that came out. That's all we need to do in here. And now we need to push this, and that together. I got a ceramic tweezer. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I think it does. And just gently put in pressure as you go lifting. I know I'm in the way, but there's no other way to do it, right? One, two. Looks like this is still hooked up. And these are the 2-point contacts that I was referring to you. All right, so keep always your working area as clean as possible. I will probably get another one of these foams, and now you understand why I keep those as well. It's just the best. I'll figure out one more. I don't see one more. That's why I keep always those, because you want to make sure, well, in this case, what we can do, yes, show you that in here. And this all looks good. I still will definitely check that in the microscope, but we can use that foam so it's not really directly in the bench. All right, so far so good. We're doing this for the first time together. Yeah, I think that for me to get access to see the other side, I definitely need to get the needles out. I'm gonna have to get these two connections for the lower screen part off, and then we have some more torque screws in here. But I definitely want to see the other side, so I don't really care. Alright, so let's my stomach is making sounds. I just got a very good lunch. What else you want? This is like a speaker. Yeah, it's a speaker here. So we got to be really careful with those needles. Here it's not really much of a problem. We got those high picks, so that should be good. I would recommend you to use plastic tools as much as you can to get those out. I like to use this one myself. And you want to make sure, the reason I like this one is it has a very strong power to grab, but you want to make sure that you put something under it and just pull the needles. And we can put these ones in here like that. You make no marks in your cluster. Three. You guys are looking down. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you guys are in very good video quality there, right? I'm going to be probably putting this one as the first and me in the upper corner or so. The most important or the most entertaining is here what I'm doing. So you see this has, it makes me have very minimum strength, and like that you don't mark your this one is from Mueller Caps. Part number is 277021. That's it, and these ones I get from Amazon. These are Power Extra brand. I mean, it's just cleaning anti-static towels. Okay, that now will allow me to work better on this side. We got clips also too. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me take a quick microscope look of the board before I go with the repair. I'm going to go very quickly around. Trying to see if I see anything. This is all the way to the bottom already. Looking forward to see if I see any corrosion or anything that will stop me from going the other side, right? I don't think so. I mean, this is nowhere near any area of water, but again, I like to see why is, well, if there's any other potential issues here, right? All right, there is none, so let me try to pull the other connections in here. Not sure if, let me, yeah, you guys can see something in there. Yeah, definitely this needs to be removed as well. Always be careful, especially when you don't really know what you're dealing with yet, on how to remove connectors. So this has here. So are you, and this needs to be lift and then push back. Oh, this one is the one that has to be, okay, perfect. All right, so this is a different, let me get this one out completely. Perfect. All right. Now let me show you on the camera. Let me put this where you guys can see. This one actually, the lever is not left like in here. You have to pull these two corners backwards, and that releases the ribbon, and you just slide the ribbon back. So I'm going to do this one on the camera. I'm just going to put my nail on this side, you see, and then when you put it back, you just gotta make sure it's all the way in, and that's what they give you this side, so you know that it's all the way in. Again, just using my nail, not my needle, my nail, and then remove that. Always be gentle with ribbon cables. You want to flex it the minimum you can. I think this is the same as this. Perfect. So I'm going to keep these ones here. All right. And we need to push this order. These ones are more or very brittle. Normally, you want to be very careful when you're lifting them. See how we just went like on the side, put a little pressure, and then release it. We're gonna do the same thing in here and in here. Let me just take a look at something. Yeah, I might be able to use a screwdriver here. I got a good plastic area on the bottom. I'll show you in a second what I'm doing. So I'm just going on the edge. There is a plastic from the same cluster that I can just go there inside and then twist the screwdriver. Let me flip the instrument cluster. And always, before you completely remove it, go easy because you don't know if it's another ribbon or so underneath. I put that in there. How you doing? I love, doing content for you guys, all my subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support through this whole time. It's been a blast. I really enjoy doing this for fun at first, and now also as part of my work, and go along with you guys too. It's been a very nice process. Back into the repair of hopefully a repair, right? Just putting very minimum pressure in there. We can keep this plastics in there. Now we don't need that. And again, before you lift, make sure it's nothing else, and it's not. And that's our instrument cluster. We can now put this carefully. Running out of ideas. Let me set this like that here. And I'm going to set this in the actual I'm just looking around on how to put this in an area where it doesn't get damaged. Think. I don't want to use too much. I got some rags in there that I can use. I can install it right here. Actually, I do have something. Let me put this. I cannot. I got something really, really good for that here. On this bag, a bit out of the view for just a second. Let me get this out of here. It's actually to set up the cameras, if I have it here. I thought I did. I can feel it. It's kind of like a felt. Well, I don't know what I did with it. It's not in this bag. Trying to be as gentle as I can with this cluster in my hand. Where did I put you? I know I have it. It's right here. It's right here. See, this is going to work out very well. This is very padded. So I can use this to put it here. And make it double. Like that I can put the cluster so it's not there directly into metal. And I'm keeping that push switch, which we'll see that in a second where actually that pushes, which is in here now, right? Woo. So yeah, the one that pushes is right here. Very simple. Try not to touch. I've never seen anything like that here. So we got the speedometer, RPM, temperature, and I think fuel gauge on this side. And definitely the LEDs are on that side. Okay, so this should be my blinkers right in here. So let's take a look at that. I guess it's time for this camera to come on too as well. Like that, you guys can see that. I got an update. Fixable with virtual camera windows wouldn't play. We can do that. Remind me later. And we're gonna do a recording on that one starting now. So that one is already recording. It is recording the microscope, perfect. Like that, we will all be looking together because that camera is going to be covered. I hope I can find that being a loose connection on something, and I think I can see it now. All right, let me put this in focus. All right, so here we can use just the regular tweezers. I can see definitely. Oh yeah, that's a crack solder. I'm so happy. Let me go in. Is it a crack solder? Might have talked too soon. I mean, it definitely looks like it. Well, the proof is in the pudding, right? But it definitely, I see something. It's a little hard for you guys to see. It will be very hard to see in the camera because the capture is not the same as in the eye view. This is dirty. Got two very thin, very special tweezers. These are very expensive. So let's use it for this. I can see something here like a crack soldering. I cannot lift it, although I'd like to really see that off. All right, so let's resolder that. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is a very common situation on these clusters. I'm going to go around and take a look at more things. And no matter why you guys are looking at the same thing that I'm looking at right now. Wow, there is so many LEDs in here. I would like to see position wise that I am in the right spot. So I got 4 main ones, and then yeah, the blinkers. Actually, the blinkers are in the tab. So I was actually in the wrong thing, guys. See, it's always good to check. So looking at this, hopefully you guys can see that. These two here are for the collision advance or whatever. So I tell you if it's a vehicle on the left or vehicle on the right. But my actual blinkers are here. Then we have LIM, something that says LIM, I don't know what that is, and then the car in the center. So we should have 5. So the 3 on the center are for a car, these 2 are for something else, and then the blinkers are actually right here. Okay, I'm glad I checked that. Put this on the right position, being very careful. All right, so we're gonna go back and now inspect, looking at my mirror on my cluster on the right. So this is the left blinker. Make sure I don't put any pressure on what I don't have to. So that other one is I'm just inspecting the board, see what I can see. Where's the other resistor for this one? I don't really see nothing obvious. Trying to go really close. The light gets dimmer when you're that close. Yeah, you guys are not going to be able to see, even myself. It's very hard to see when you're that close as far as light wise. Not happy. I wanted to like see something coming up and I don't see it. I mean, it can be just a bad LED, which they have a corner mark. Hopefully you guys can see that too there. So this is our mark for they have position. They need to be a 4 leg like this, and they have a position in here. I'm definitely going to resolder this ones, resolder the LEDs, even the one on the right side there is working good, and reinstall it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Let me stop the video, guys, 1 second. I want to see if I have any of these LEDs and don't take much of a time. Otherwise, because we're already in 30 minutes. So this will be the end of part 1, and I will be doing part 2 with the follow-up of the repair and testing, hopefully.